Did you? Celine.
Let's take a minute and talk about what turned this home into a house. I don't know what this was about, but been through too much not to work it out. Now you say you've been loving me only, baby, faithfully. It's mighty strange when my eyes can see that you've been cheating around on me. I'm your woman. Oh yes I am. So show some respect and treat me as TikTok
and X.
Oh yes,
I'm not laughing again. I'm laughing.
Access that you honor this love. Now I've been dealing with you since sweet 16. Woman enough to let you raise me. They used to call me Daddy's ghetto queen.
Come on in here.
Still mean the world to me. No sooner than I say no more. I run to you like a corner store. I don't love you enough to hate, but yet I love you too much to leave. I'm your woman. Yes, that makes me your woman. Oh yes, it does. You need to show some respect and treat me as such. That you honor this love. Now we boo hours when the clock strikes 3. You should be at home in bed with me, taking advantage of a real good thing. How long will it take you to see?
Sing, Selena.
Sometimes I ask myself, are you crazy to stay here and put up with this pain? You promised me the moon and the stars above, but all I seem to get is rain.
Oh, they ate with that part, honey. They ate with that part. Look, Selena, she had it. She had this. This was a cute little CD too.
How long has she been on the run?
How long has she been on the run?
Yeah.
I want to say, shit. This was like 2001 when she dropped this album.
How many? Damn. How many did she drop in between then and now?
Not a lot. Let me see. Hold on. Let me go to her name. So she has. How many albums do you have? Oh, wait a minute. She been consecutively dropping music. That was just the biggest one because R. Kelly did it, you know. And then, you know, she had that big hit with Kanye. Oh, when it all falls down. That. So she did that. Mm-hmm. So that kind of like skyrocketed her career but like not in a hit way. So she had, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looked like she had 6 albums. So, hey y'all. What, fam? You looking like the Grand Reaper? What's up? What's up, Grand Reaper?
It's October. Nah, it's like every time. Like I walked inside of a store the other day. And I ain't wore my hood in a long time, so I decided, let me put on my hood. Man, and I was with my daughters, too. Mm-hmm. I had so many eyes, like, what is he about to do?
They were scared that you was going to rob the place?
Staring, yeah.
Shoot that bitch up.
You do look scary, though. I can't lie. You know, looking real hip-hop. Okay. Gangster raps. They don't get a good rap.
Well, I'm sorry. I just want to have my hood on. I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, look. I like it. It's cool.
You can take the man out the hood, but you can't take the hood out the man. We talking about hip-hop any motherfucking way today.
Right.
Okay. But first. Okay. How you doing, CJ? Rise, CJ, rise.
Mm-hmm. I'm okay. I'm still getting up. I just had to run over there to call my mom because I was checking the group chat. She talking about, y'all here went to urgent care, but I still made it to work. Girl, who the fuck?
She went to hospital?
That's what I said.
Girl.
What
was the matter?
I didn't even ask. I said, is you feeling better? She said, yeah. I said, I'll call you after the podcast. She's still at work, though.
Okay. What's up, Rod? Oh, okay. I guess this person is not speaking back this morning, honey. Oh, so is that all? Because before I share what I did or my news, I want to make sure y'all is done.
Yes, you have the floor.
Yes, thank you, CJ. Let me try to find my stories, honey. Look, here we go, right here. Look at that. Can you put my stories up? Look, they doing my floors, y'all. Or they did them already. And I ain't got no, I do have audio for this. Let's see. I really wasn't saying that. It is. I was trying to like record on low because, you know, of everything. But, they was like Hispanic. No. Look. The Hispanic too. Look, I'm showing what they doing. So like this look like some shit that is like not too much. Yeah. I don't know what I'm doing with this mic thing. I need to cut that off. That was getting on my damn nerves. Look, hey, what's up? From Kick. What is that, Alio? I'm showing my salon. Got the future dev. This is it done. So no, that looks smooth. Okay, it look 10 times, 100 times better with that flow.
Than that carpet, yeah, that carpet.
Than that carpet.
Outdated.
Yeah. So I will have that one and this one too. I should end up with maybe 6 chairs in here and 4 in the last. Or maybe like 3 in the last. So I'll be going from 6 to 9. And
how many chairs you right now?
4.
So then once everything is done, how many you gonna be at?
9.
And then I said 10, but I'm looking. I don't think that I can get 7 into that one room or 4 into that last room. More likely it's gonna be 9. Looking at it, I might be able to do 7. We're gonna see. But I'm like I'm underestimating because you know I'm moving barber chairs. Like I'm getting rid of them fucking stylish chairs. Like them stylish chairs, we was like fixing them all year. And my dad did something like nigga rigged it, and like now it don't fall apart no more. But it's still like, you know, just not good. Oh, look. Okay, thank you, Shantae. Look, only the people that be watching and looking at me, okay, is going to be finding out like what's happening in real time. Because like I'm not gonna make no video and stuff and make no announcement the way I did last time. Okay, like I'm just gonna go live and I'm gonna show like the process of what's happening, what we doing. And then that's gonna be that. I'm not doing no grand opening, none of that shit.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
No problem, man.
Thank you. You know.
I need me a chair in there with my name on it.
A chair with your name. Okay, so I'm gonna have these little magnets to to say who's who. Cause like the kids, they be getting confused, and then when it come down to them getting paid, it's like, look, I'm not finna name, you know, 9 people. Okay. Look, y'all remember what we was talking about last week?
What?
Yeah, cause I ended on damn. That was.
I'm talking about what?
I got to think.
I'm still waking up a little bit.
Look, okay, I want to see, like if y'all remember.
Yeah, I remember because I told my brother.
You do?
I'm trying to remember. I got a.
Yeah, I definitely.
If you think like okay, so if you remember what we was talking about the week before, then you can remember what we was talking about last week.
You throwing too much on my plate now.
It's easy.
We was talking about
See, I have to be testing them, y'all, because I'll be laying a lot on them.
I know. I'm just giving a little dramatic.
A little dramatic pause. You know. Why don't you spit it in the freestyle real quick?
Let me see.
Like you know it, like you know the raps.
That's what they used to say.
Okay.
To me. And I used to be like, I ain't trying to tell them shit. Dang, that's on the tip of my tongue for real.
Yeah.
Give me a hint.
Well, the week before we ended up on you questioning whether white people even had souls,
Oh yeah, we was talking
and
about.
then I showed you that video of the man that's very low, but he was basically talking about how the soul is located in your abdomen, and it's like a glowing ball of light that the ball like causes this ash to form or
some
soot or
melanin.
some type of shit, and he said that's the melanin. As crazy as it sounds, you know, like from what I'm finding, a lot of our being has to do with, you know, the middle, you know, and how we feel on the inside. So, like, I can't say that he completely wrong because I don't know what's in here. I ain't never sliced it open and looked.
And then, like the best
But,
part,
like-
the stuff be in the middle, the Oreo, the sandwich.
Okay, this
Everything's
fuzz.
Ooh.
This fuzz. Look, fam. Put the camera on, fam. Look this side. Okay. So last week, I think that I ended up getting into explaining how that could be true, and I'm gonna play this clip from last week. Okay. I don't know how this look on Insta. Emotional intelligence stuff. Okay, like as you start to heal, as you start to read more on it, get more into the techniques that you're really supposed to be doing behind therapy, the EMDR techniques, the tapping, the connecting to like grounding techniques.
Takara and hey Takara out there.
Like they basing all of these things off of neurological damages, okay, that are in the brain. Meaning that traumatic experiences that some of these light sources that I was explaining are having, like in their experience, affects physically their brain, you know, in a way that so black people, they were told not to we couldn't read. You know, they was keeping the literature away from us.
That's why so many of us don't like to read.
Right. So like they also, like in doing so, it keeps us in a immature kind of, like we haven't grown up, kind of not fully developed kind of thing, to where it's like as a human being, to the fact that we're like, here it is now, and this, like, we're becoming more conscious of these things, and as we come into more knowledge about it, like the knowledge is like these motherfuckers damaged our brains, Joe. They like and like in doing so, this is the way that we are perceived, and it's like I use this as an example because like in order to exploit something, you got to know something about it. You get what I'm saying? So it's like you, from another level of understanding about being a full human, because you were allowed to be a full human. So like there were certain developmental milestones that you were able to hit. You know, like you all have known this and have took advantage of this, and you've created media. Did you see what Candace Owens said about what is that? She said music, not music. She said gangster rap was created by the feds. Did you see? Candace Owens say gangster rap was created by the feds. I have a clip of her explaining more about like what she thinks about music, but this is my example on, you know, how because of our inadequacies and not necessarily knowing, you know, the next level to being a human being, which is emotional intelligence, that we've been manipulated because we did not have it. So this is an example of what Candace Owens is saying. Hold on, let me go. Let me pull her up. I'm in the wrong screen.
I feel like a lot of people want to fight that bitch.
Want to fight Candace Owens? Like, put your dukes up. This is about the only thing
culture,
that I agree
or what he
on.
deems to be black culture. And I pushed back and I said, this is not black culture. I am so sick of people telling me that the music that we are hearing, which is demonic and possessed, is something that we should be asserting claim over. Like, oh, you have to defend black artists that are producing filth. And I say, no, actually, it's been very clear to me for a long time that black culture has been infiltrated, that there is some sort of an intentional push to sign artists who are creating music that is more and more derogatory. In fact, I think that black music and music all across the board has become somewhat pornographic, but especially black music. I mean, I grew up listening to The Temptations, Lauryn Hill. You can't tell me that these executives, these record executives, are crawling all across social media and this is the best talent that they can find. Of course it's not. You're intentionally signing these individuals, in my view, individuals like Cardi B, individuals like Sexy Red, because they are trying to impact our psyche. I believe the eyes and the ears are the window to the soul. And they know the soul is real, and they know that God is real. But as I've told you many times on this show, they are Team Satan. Well, lo and behold, I was scrolling on Instagram and I came across this montage of rappers and musical artists speaking about exactly that. Take a listen.
I was on rap stages rapping about, violence and guns. That we get paid to rap about that stuff. They actually pay us more when we rap about more ignorant stuff. So I make sure I even align and come on talk on stages like this.
That's kind of why I didn't want to do this song, Shake It, or like any drill songs, because it's like these songs are activating like these demons that I killed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be that girl anymore. Like I just want to be a mother. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be that old Cardi anymore.
Well, what if Summer comes to you, as pretty as she is, and says, Mom, I want to be a city girl?
She ain't gonna be no city girl.
So Summer ain't allowed to be no city girl?
No. I want her raised totally different. Like, I don't even want her to even see the light of day like that. Like, I really want her to just be like, like level-headed, a schoolgirl, and just on a whole nother ways. Like,
so to be clear, to quickly recap who you had, there was Meek Mill, who was speaking about the music that they are told to create if they want to make money. Cardi B, sounding like she was close to tears because she doesn't want to make that sort of music. And she uses this phrase that the music that she's making, it's activating demons, she says. And again, sounds like she's about to cry. And then lastly, that was an artist known as Young Miami, who again is creating this weird paradox of she's saying she creates music that she doesn't actually believe in and that she doesn't want her children to listen to. And there have been rappers who have spoken about the fact that record labels will force them to record demonic phrases and to say demonic phrases backwards and to insert it into their music. So what's actually going on here? And I pushed Nick Cannon this. I said, you're calling this a conspiracy, but why aren't you listening to the artists who are saying that this is what they have to do? And by the way, this extends beyond music. I've spoken to models who say that they are basically told that they have to act like sluts, that they have to get naked if they want to get paid. Even if they're not comfortable, they have to do these sorts of things, perform these sorts of scenes in order to get paid. This is how you make money in Hollywood. And Hollywood is dark and Hollywood is demonic in my viewpoint. I feel it spiritually. As soon as I land here, I'm just going, this is a dark place. And so here's what's really interesting. I had remembered seeing a clip of an artist speaking about just that. His name was, he has since been killed. This was his rap name, rather, XXX Tentacion. He released a song in 2016, which was entitled, I Spoke to the Devil in Miami. He said everything would be fine. And I'm going to read you these lyrics slowly. He wrote, the tears don't show, won't hurt me now, 'cause heart's been broke. I hate myself, but it won't show. I constantly lose all my remorse, and it's 10 for the wolf and 3 for the shepherd, and it's 1 for the sheep who, led by your leopard, took a bite of your apple. Give me all you can offer. Now I'm trapped in a changing maze, setting my soul ablaze. Couldn't control the pace. Where is this going, hey? My lord, I spoke to a Baphomet. He said he would save me if I gave him one thing he needed. What is this thing? I pleaded. Boy, it's the key to even. What you crave will soon be yours, but what I crave is already mine. Anima vestre, anima vestre, anima vestre, which means your soul. So he's describing there, if you're following these lyrics, that he spoke to a Baphomet. Again, that is the transgendered deity that was created by Satanists, people that worshipped the satanic Kabbalah. And he is saying that he had to sell his soul. And then he was told that he would be okay. He went down to Miami. And so you're hearing this and you're going, is he just writing this as a song? Well, we won't be able to ask him because, as I said, he was murdered just 2 years after having released this. And he was speaking a lot about what was happening in the industry. Same thing, as I mentioned, Nick Cannon, Kanye, who told me so many things that didn't make sense to me because it's hard to process that this could be happening in broad daylight.
Damn, I wanted to hear what she was gonna say about Kanye.
I mean, Kanye been talking all about it.
You mean? Go ahead, let's go.
Kanye was talking all about it. What she was just talking about made me
call him crazy. Right.
What she was just talking about made me think about Juice World.
Juicy, I love Big Juicy.
Big Juicy. What is that rumbling?
That's fam.
Like, can you be still? Good grief.
Sound like my stomach in the morning.
You see how they just coming at me? I set up this beautiful set and I gotta sit still.
So look, Juice World, he had some challenge going when he died. You know, he died on a plane from a seizure. Mm-hmm. He had a TikTok challenge of everybody pretend like they was having seizures right before he died.
Really?
Look,
why would he do that?
Motherfuckers don't be knowing.
I can't move a thing, thinking of you in my. I have these loose days where I can't move a thing, thinking of you in my. I have these loose days where I can't move.
And like she was just saying, I'm gonna stop playing this shit. She was just saying how they put demonic shit and they play it backwards into the music. She was just saying it. But like, that's not what I want to necessarily talk about. I just want to point out how I began the show talking about emotional intelligence and how that was a level of growth that you can come to as a human being, being a full human being, and actually enjoying life, that these people kept away from black people and manipulated us with. Okay? It's like, in order to even manipulate, a person from an intellectual standpoint and keep them trapped in a state, like, you have to move things around and move objects around so they don't get to it. And like, in doing so, like, it prolongs it extends consciousness. That's what's the name said. He was
Mr. Musk.
Elon Musk. He said, my goal on this planet is to extend consciousness. I'm like, for who? Because it's a difference between what I'm conscious of and what you're conscious of. Right. So where was I going? What was I saying before that? Elon Musk says made me
emotional intelligence. What is it? Awareness.
Yeah, like, we've been talking about emotional intelligence for the past few weeks. And like, in understanding it, you understand that this is like a level of growth that you just got to come to as a adult and a human being, fully grown adult. Like, motherfuckers been running around acting immature, and it's evident in the media that's being created. But like, I don't think that people are putting together that in order to manipulate a person like that and trap them into a state, that's a spell. Okay? Like, that's witching 101. That they're using, all these different things. And especially, what I just showed in this video. It's like, yeah, so he didn't realize with the things that he was projected into the universe through the microphone, hitting the water in your body, everybody else's water as well. So, like, you're going to cause a ripple. And then whatever you send that little clip that they play backwards, and everybody else join on to that, you amplify whatever is attached. And if you sent a ripple out, then the ripple is going to come back. He didn't understand that shit. And I don't think a lot of these people get that as well. I can say the same thing about, like, trap music. You see that at the height of trap music, like, all the people just dead.
Mm-hmm.
You like these microphones. When you amplify emotion, then that emotion basically is projected onto everybody else, like vibe. So, like, I can make you feel what I feel. Remember I showed y'all that Yall clip when she was sitting across from Cam?
And it was quiet.
And they was quiet, right. It's that.
It was like, damn, just had that, I felt that.
Right, I felt that. And, like, we don't recognize that we can do that, to each other. So we walking around here and not recognizing that we can do that to each other is the immature state of being is what I'm talking about. And, like, not knowing that is the way these fucking people been manipulating us. Okay? And creating media to further continue the cycle. Now you talk to a motherfucker and you tell them, how they favorite music artist is not a good person, and you're going to have to literally talk a demon out of a person. Because they believe it so much, that it's not their reality. I got videos. Hold on.
My friend, she married. She said she was like, she said I started listening to the Beyonce Lemonade album. She was like, I had played a song and I was like, oh, like, she said I was listening to it for like a week. She said, and I noticed that me and my man was kind of like getting into it. She said, like, and then I started listening to the 444 album. She said, and it's just like about unity and, like, making it through. And she was like, then I noticed that we weren't. She said, I got to leave that Beyonce Lemonade alone. I said,
Dang, what do I want to show first? I'm thinking. What you thinking, fam? Like, you over here looking. I know what you're gonna say.
It ain't even deep yet.
No, we ain't got that deep yet. But I can feel that though. That's just like, when I used to work at this warehouse, I used to listen to Future. Cause in this warehouse, you know what I'm saying, like, you had your own forklift, you had a certain amount of things to load the truck with, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But Future got me amped up though. You know what I mean? Like, I was amped up.
This must have been that March Madness era.
Yeah. This was the I'm looking for, turn out the light. I'm looking for to. But that got me amped up to where I be in there zoned out, packing up my truck. You know what I'm saying? But you couldn't tell me shit because the emotions that I was feeling, if you interrupt my flow, I get geeked. You know what I'm saying? So on the way home, geeked, aggressive.
Oh, okay. So
But on the way home, I'm listening to gospel music because I need to calm down.
So you get it
from that high.
So you finna be a menace to these people over here, and you finna go home and be a saint.
Yeah.
Hell no. I'm like, no.
Okay, so I'm sorry to just end the meet.
That's fine.
So we talking about how the music can affect each other, can affect and they're doing it from the place of I want to say not being fully developed. Okay. Check this video out about manifestation and what they say.
Is being present. And it's a skill, just like golf or tennis. The more you practice it, the better you get at it. And you know when someone's present with you in your life because they're paying attention to you. And you know when they're not present with you because they're not paying attention to you. So now, what's the relevance of that? Well, there's an intelligence that's giving you life that's always present. And many people don't take the time to connect to it by being present, right? So if where you place your attention is where you place your energy, and all of your attention is in the present moment, you got a lot of energy in the present moment. Now think about this. When I talk about being present, I'm saying that once you fall into the generous present moment, according to the quantum model of reality, all possibilities exist in the eternal now. So most people, they wake up in the morning, they come back to their senses. Your brain is a record of the past. It's an artifact. It's circuits of everything you've learned and experienced to this moment. So people wake up in the morning and they think about their problems. Those problems are connected to certain people, certain things at certain times and places. The moment they start thinking about the problems, they're turning on the circuits from the past. They're memories. All those memories are connected to emotions, because emotions are the end product of past experiences. So that problem has the feeling of disgust, frustration, anger, judgment, hatred. And if how you think and how you feel creates your state of being, and thoughts are the language of the brain and feelings are the language of the body, that person's entire state of being is in the familiar past. And when you're in the familiar past, you crave the predictable future. So then what happens next? They come back to their senses, they sit up, they check their cell phone, they do their WhatsApp, they do their Twitter, they do their text, they do Facebook, they take a picture of their feet, they post it on Facebook, they tweet something, they check one email, they check another email, they check the news, and now their entire brain is connected to everything known in their life. Then they stand up and they go through a series of routine behaviors. They use the toilet, they go to the kitchen, have a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, they go in the shower, they wash themselves the same way, they put on the same clothes, they walk out to the kitchen, they eat cereal with the same spoon, facing the same direction, they drive to work the same way, they do the same things, see the same people, and push the same emotional buttons, and they do this every day. So now their body is programmed into a predictable future based on what they did in their past, and they lost their free will to a program. And so now, if you're not getting up in the morning being defined by a vision of the future, then you'll be predictable in your life. You're left with the old memories of your past. So then, as I said, the stronger the emotion that you have with some problem or person in your present reality, the more you're going to pay attention to that person or problem. And if where you place your attention is where you place your energy, all of your energy and your attention is going to all these different people and problems and places. And now, every one of those people and problems and places has a neurological network in your brain. Throw in a little chemicals of stress, and now as you shift your attention from one person to one problem, you're activating those circuits, and if you're measuring a brain that's doing that, it's very incoherent. When the brain's incoherent, you're incoherent. So then, when I talk about the generous present moment, the person is sitting there and the body's going, well, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. You normally get pissed off, you normally get frustrated when you're in traffic. And we're on a schedule here, and, well, you're not in traffic. You're sitting with your eyes closed. The body goes, well, let's just get a little irritated, right? And you make that person become aware that that feeling of irritation is the body craving that addictive emotion, and you settle the body back down into the present moment, and you unfold back into possibility. Every time you do that, you're reconditioning the body to a new mind, and you're telling it it's no longer the mind, that you're the mind. And now your will is getting greater than the program. And then the body says, well, it's 11 o'clock. This is normally when you check emails and judge everybody that sends you an email. And now you're sitting there, and the body's looking to judge. And then all of a sudden, you get images in your brain of your ex or your coworker or whatever. And all of a sudden, you realize that that emotion is connected to them. And you settle the body back down into the present moment, and you lower the volume to that emotion. And when you do that, you take your attention off that person or thing. And now you're breaking your energetic bond with everyone and everything in your life. And now you're calling energy back to you. Now that is available energy to heal. That's available energy for you to design a new destiny. And when that energy comes back, it's chaotic energy. Well, a person's going through this disturbance internally, and yet they're working with their body, and there'll come a moment, the body's the animal, just like training an animal. Sooner or later, it's going to surrender to the mind. And when it does, there's a liberation of energy. And now the person doesn't want to think about the predictable future, the familiar past, doesn't want to get up and open their eyes, doesn't want to go to the bathroom or eat anything. They're so happy in the present moment that they freed themselves from the chains of their own personal limitations. And the side effect of that is called joy. Joy is the absence of that habituation or that emotion that's been conditioned. Paying attention is being...
They say, don't let the devil steal your joy. He just broke down how. What y'all hear? Are y'all making a connection? As far as like being in the moment. Like what is that? Being present. What does that got to do with being taken advantage of, not being emotionally intelligent? If you're not emotionally intelligent, what you doing?
You said you're living in the past,
right?
And you living off the past emotions that's already programmed and wired into your brain.
Right.
Yeah, I like.
So like in doing so, like this is the foundation of every fucking spiritual moment, movement. You know, all of it is like all of it is talking about this stuff. And like what I came to the conclusion was, it was like, oh, I would describe it as eating something that's really good, but you only got 5 minutes to eat it. So you're eating it fast and you're moving on to the next thing. Because you're not realizing that you got some delicious ass shit that's right here. So you eat it, it's good. You know, you're not really enjoying it as much as you would enjoy it if you were savoring it. Mm. You know, like really like, or good sex. You know, like when you were just like in the moment. Like how many times a day are you like really paying attention to the things that make you? Well, at first I was talking about excitement, like, where it's like to be excited about it. But like once you actually get that thing that is exciting, are you in the moment enjoying it and nothing but it? That's soul, because it disconnects. Like it's literally attached to an emotion. It's attached in your mind. You're literally, and you can, like, when you're doing it, you literally can feel the vibration off your body radiating. You can feel it. You know, the goosebumps. You can feel the butterflies in your stomach. You can feel, you know, all what is that? They say the hairs raise up on the back of my neck. You know, it's the opposite of you feeling the knots in your stomach because you're scared to do something. But all of it is located in the same place, honey. So it's like doing it with intention raises your vibration and connects you to everything that's natural. Everything these motherfuckers that have been using against you, us, as weapons to emotionally manipulate us. Like the soon as, don't y'all find it funny that I was talking about this, and as soon as we talk about this, and I pull Candace on what's up, we quickly jump into the soul, demons, possession. All like she jumped right to it. But like for weeks and weeks and weeks, we've been talking about like emotions and shit. You know, what y'all think?
Emotions make you cry sometimes, baby.
Did y'all see what Jermaine Dupri said about let me pull that up.
No.
Said about what?
Young black youth of today do not go to church, and they don't have that church band grooming. Like B. Cox came from the church, right?
Right.
Jodeci comes from church. Like, so when you listen to that soul, that the soul that you think is soul, it's that's
coming from over there.
Yeah, it's an added piece of information that if you're gonna make these records, it's hard to beat Jodeci when you don't have that element.
You don't have,
you know what I mean? That's
you don't have that soul. You don't have that.
That's an element. So it's like when people be saying, "Yo, music ain't the way it used to be." Like I just posted my new Anthony Hamilton record is coming out on October 4th. Queen. Yeah, Queen, right?
Yeah.
Anthony Hamilton comes from the church. Like you not gonna get that that's in his voice. Yeah. You ain't just getting that from being on the internet. That ain't getting ready to happen. Young black youth of today do not go to church.
I'm trying to get back. Okay.
I definitely feel that.
Jermaine,
are you making a connection though?
Yeah.
What am I saying? Are you making a connection as far as what I'm saying to what he's saying?
I'm making a connection to my own understanding.
Right. That's what I want to hear.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
As far as that soul, like feeling that feeling from the soul. Yeah, like I get that. I understand that. Yeah.
I feel like he like.
What do you make the connection with? Like, what are you hearing when people say that?
What do I hear when people say that? Meaning, saying that they have soul.
Right.
My connection with that is just like, okay, when I feel my soul, I do feel excited.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel it down in my soul. Like, no, seriously, you know what I mean? Like, that's where I feel it from. You know what I mean? Like, I get excited just recently going to church, hearing the choir sing.
Mm.
That excitement came from that. Like, oh my gosh. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
I felt that. Even sometimes when the preacher preach, you know how when the preacher preach and you feel it, you like, man, I feel like he talking to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel that.
Right.
That's what I get from it.
Yeah. What you get, CJ?
I feel like they just saying more so. These people they losing their connection, slowly but surely losing their connection to God, and you can see it through the music that they're making. Like, it's soulless. They're losing their soul.
I saw a Cosby Show episode, and it was a beautiful explanation about this, but it was about the blues, and like at first it was gospel, and then blues came from that, and then soul music came from there. Or was it jazz? Either way, this is a good representation, and I want y'all to watch this. Check this out. If it could.
I don't understand it, Mom. Last week, 4 guys were after me. One guy kept following me down the hall, and another guy kept calling. And, Mom, one guy met me at my locker every day with fresh flowers.
That sounds pretty good.
I know. But then it all stopped, suddenly. I haven't even gotten a phone call this week.
Oh, Vanessa, I'm sorry you're down and out, honey, but that's another reason why you really should come into the living room. The blues, honey. The blues can cleanse you of these feelings.
Mom, how is listening to some whiny music gonna make me feel better?
Whiny music?
My man left me. My woman left me. My dog left me. I have no money, no job, and now all I can do is whine the blues. Come on, Mom. Every time I hear a song like that, I feel like yelling, get a grip, snap out of it.
All right, Vanessa, you stay here in the kitchen and feel sorry for yourself.
Oh, I will. Oh, it's just that I don't get it. Why are boys like this? I mean, am I asking too much out of life? Just one lousy boyfriend.
Vanessa, you have got it, honey. You have got the blues. You are in this kitchen crying the blues.
Mom, you're not listening.
Dun, 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 dun. Mom, you're not listening?
I don't deserve this.
I don't deserve this.
All I want is a boyfriend.
All I want is a boyfriend.
I'm going upstairs.
I'm going upstairs. I can't take no more of this whiny child blues.
This thing is older than me.
Not quite.
Dad didn't want to spend the money for a new one. He figured I wouldn't stick with the guitar. Well, let's see.
Y'all getting my drift, right?
Yeah.
What you getting? What you getting?
I
she had the damn blues.
You said you didn't get the connection there. So like they didn't have a problem with transmuting their energy or their emotions into the music. They didn't have a problem with that. In fact, she said it was cleansing. You know, to put it in the music. So what are you putting into the soul? You actually, with intention, was taking and putting your emotions somewhere. Like feeling. because we've been emotionally, well, not the gangsta rap probably came around the same time as this. So like, you've been emotionally manipulated with the way you live, with how you're perceived and what they say about you, with the media. And she said the feds was behind that. The feds was behind the crack epidemic. And it came surface. I think that it's fine. Like, we haven't really talked about how this music went right along with the drugs they were selling. And now it done got out of hand. You know, and all of these things, if you cannot express yourself, you know, from a place with feeling, okay, that's what robs you of your fucking joy. That's what robs you of your soul.
How do you feel when you listen to Nicki? How do Nicki make you feel?
It depends on what I'm listening to. But I yesterday I was on my way in, like, I'm like, let me listen to some Nicki, like, get in my mode, like.
Right. What kind of mode did you need to get into to listen to Nicki?
I didn't have to get into a mode to listen to her. I was listening to her to get into a mode. But it was more so like, right before I get to like I'll be listening like to like other music, like on the commute or something. And like, right, like when I'm like walking my 2 blocks, like from the train to like the shop or something. It's when like I'll be walking, I'm like, oh, let me play some Nicki. I think that gets me like charged. Like, if this the last thing I gotta hear, it gotta be her. Like, it just gets me there. Like, okay, boom, I'm okay. I'm ready to start. I'm ready to interact.
So that's what taints your soul.
No, like, to get into a mode, let's investigate that. Like, if you're trying to get into a mode, like, what are you doing? Like, is there, do you need a little weed? Do you need a little drink? Do you need a little, do you need, you know, to your friends there? Do you need, like, to, or maybe it's something more relaxing where it's like, oh, you know, I want a clean house. I want, you know, a hot meal. I want, you know, a bath drawn. I want, you know, candles lit. I want my joint. I want, like, all of those things are modes, right?
Mm-hmm. I think
it's like different things that you putting together, you know, to in order to like create a vibe, in order to create an environment. Mm-hmm. And like, that's what keeps a person, or that's what makes you be able to feel, you know, the mode, basically. Mm-hmm. Like being able to create
into that frequency, like they just like, and it's like, I mean, like the first video we said, when he was saying like, see where you are and then tune into that frequency, and that's more so how you like be present. Mm-hmm. I think it's just like, what frequency do I want to be on? That one, and it's just kind of like,
from what I'm investigating, like, since like this thing, it kind of rises us into this insecurity, and the insecurity is fear, and the fear is like anxiety of the insecurity itself. Mm-hmm. Like, anxiety, it feels like excitement flipped on its head. So what I noticed, that the opposite of that would be relax. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of the same, you know, thing with savor the moment, where it's like you slowing down everything, you slowing down, you sinking, you know, the pit of your stomach, or, you know, your backside, or your presence, down into your body instead of being raised up. It's like, for instance, like, did y'all notice right now that y'all shoulders are raised? Like, relax your shoulders. And you don't necessarily have to move to do it. It's just like this, and then it's like you can feel the tension. You know what I'm saying? And like, you know a lot about this because Fam is a masseuse, y'all.
I didn't get all my credits.
Look.
But yes, I went to school for massage therapy. The last month I had to drop out.
Right. So like, you know all about like how the body just naturally gets tensed up. Yeah. You know, that's the physical body, but like your emotions are attached to the, you know, the tenseness. You know, and like what I'm saying is that we've been manipulated because an environment has been created to create a vibe and a mode that detached us from the way we feel. And that's how they steal our joy. That's how they steal. You know what I'm saying? And like the level of witchery and how diabolical that shit is.
It's deep.
It's deep as hell.
Sorry,
it makes you not want to question what you questioned last week was like, well, damn, do they even have souls? If you had it, you wouldn't need to steal mine.
Right.
Okay, like y'all don't want to have conversation.
What I think happened, you know what I'm saying? Because it always tell you in the stories. It always tell you. I think we all started with a soul. I think them white hoes got greedy, and they start. Like, oh, we could. They found out what soul was. They like, we could take it. They probably found out what soul was from us, and then they like, well, if it's a thing, we could take it, right? And they started trying to take our soul, and now it flipped, and them hoes don't have no soul. Now they overly like trying to get our soul because they like, damn, yeah, we lost ours.
I mean, just being around bitches, like robs you of feeling good. And like I want to point out that that's literally what we're talking about. Like feeling good about who you are, feeling good where you are, feeling good about what you are. Like, and that's something that America clearly don't have, because we wouldn't be running around this rat race trying to be somebody if we was feeling good about who we were. So like just being disassociated from that and literally medicating yourself with the very shit that's poison for you in the first place, and creating vibes that's based off the fucking poison that they put there, for you in the first place. Disconnected from nature, disconnected from water, disconnected from, vegetable. They don't want to put a fucking vegetable in our neighborhoods, the food deserts. It's like, no wonder why we're so disconnected. I'm gonna play 2 videos about one. This one is about like people literally being depressed about the people they're surrounded by. Hold on.
Feeling depression because you're suppressing yourself. You're around a lot of energies that don't want you to be you. They don't want you to take the pictures. They don't want you to get dressed. They don't want you to have the voice. They don't want you to be the life of the party. Okay? And the only reason why they don't want you to is because when you do so, it makes them feel smaller. It reminds them of what they're not doing. And instead of them feeling motivated by it, they rather turn you down. They find comfortability in turning you down, so they don't have to face that reminder every day that, damn, I'm not going to the gym. Damn, I ain't been eating right. Damn, I haven't been taking no pictures. Damn, I haven't been working. When you out there closing them deals, when you out there taking them pictures, when you out there working out, and you got that friend that's unmotivated to do so, you doing so can make some of them feel one or 2 ways: motivated or uncomfortable. And the people that feel uncomfortable by you winning and doing your thing, you got to get away from them, because they're going to suppress you, or they're going to want to suppress you, or you're going to suppress yourself because you love them so much. You love them and care about them so much that you will suppress yourself to make them feel comfortable. See, people use gaslighting words like that too to keep you in the pocket. They'll say you're an attention seeker, trying to take over. They'll say you're trying to outshine them. They'll make you feel guilty about having that light that you have. You got to get away from them people, because that type of suppression is going to lead to your depression. Feeling depression.
Look,
you going back to that?
I'm trying to tell you, like these were miserable people that came and discovered America, and when they got there, or when they robbed the shores of West Africa of, the African people that were there, like they discovered that these people were thriving on a level that they were not thriving on, and they decided to suppress that. Is what it's given, and the toxic relationship has continued because we love them so goddamn much. Okay. Hold on, this is the other video I want to play.
Let me be the...
Oh, I don't know how I did that, and I don't know where I'm at. Let me see. Oh, sorry, y'all.
Let me be the one to tell you, most of your great grandmothers were magical women. She had an altar, but she didn't call it that. Back then they called it prayer warrior closet or intercession room. She didn't call it Reiki. She called it laying hands. She didn't call it mediumship. She called it prophesying. Or, I had a dream. She didn't have a potion. She said, drink this tea and you will feel better. There is nothing new under the sun. Just reclaim what she did with more information to guide your path. Let me be the one to tell you.
Boom.
Right. When I was making my teas, like my herbal teas, I would feel so energized. I would feel so creative. Now that I don't have them, and I'm just now hearing that. Just now noticing this whole week, I just been slumped. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wake up to go back to sleep. I get on a phone call to go right back to sleep. I read a book to go right back to sleep. And I'm like, man, what's wrong with me? You know what I mean? Like, why I'm so sleepy? Why I'm not doing nothing? Why I'm not creative? You know what I'm saying?
That's exactly how I felt when I was doing my fruits and veggies. I was up like busting around like I was walking chase, coming back smoothie, eating my salad. I was like, oh, I'm good. Like I don't even like literally like you like when you full like you what they call we call it the itis. You be knocked out. Like putting like the meat and stuff. Even if I do like some like chicken or salmon in my salad, it's different from when I'm like, okay, well I don't have no meat, so I'm gonna just like load it with veggies. I'm gonna try this veggie, put these veggies in there, and like I would eat. I wasn't sluggish. I wasn't like like I just had like natural energy. Like not even like pump it up. I just was like I just noticed like damn like I'm not tired at all. Like I'm good, and then the poops was like immaculate.
Yeah. So what y'all describing is like a disconnect and being reconnected and how it feels. And like, that's what I'm talking about. How like emotionally we've been disconnected and like that and generationally. I just showed this video of her talking about the grandmother that, was connected to spirituality. And like what she used and what she said and what she like all kin keeping healing mechanisms to, not only take care of herself but the generation to come. If y'all been noticing, I've been naming these lives Granny is Water, and it's because of all the feminine energy that y'all just described, with the teas and the herbs and the fruits and like all of that is feminine energy that makes you be reconnected to feel yourself. To the feminine energy of savoring the moment, being the key to manifestation and them robbing white people, having the opportunity to rob us of our joy, basically, because of what we did not know and keep us into a state. Like being reconnected back to that state and actually feeling your own energy, that's your grandmother. Okay? That's how you feel your ancestors. That's how you hear your ancestors. Being in tune with your emotions and being able to communicate that in a gentle way. That's your grandmother. She used to do this shit all the time. Okay? Because she done learned, like, after fucking up your mother, probably. Of what not to do when it comes to a child. The list goes on and on and on and on and on, as far as like how these things, being reconnected is water, being, being enlightened and channeling, energy is flow. It's water. Like feeling your own vibration, you feel the waves of it. It's water. How
I get my headaches? I don't know, someone's just telling me to say this. I be getting my headaches, right?
Mm-hmm.
I remember this when I was little to this day. We used to always go see, ride out to Matson to see Fuzzy now.
Mm-hmm.
And Fuzzy mom, I love his mom, rest her soul. She said, I was sitting there one day, I'm like, you got a headache, a Tylenol? She was like, why? It's like I was a kid asking for it. She's like, why? I was used to getting them because my mom got headaches too, so she would like, oh, you got a headache here. She would give me one. So you got a Tylenol? She was like, no. She said, get that water bottle, sit right there, sit down, drink that water, give it a minute, you'll be okay. And I would never forget that because I sat down,
drank the water, and then you was okay.
That water made my headache subside, and I was like, and I be one. I don't have the patience now. Like as soon as like right now, as soon as I feel something, I'm popping that pill, because I guess the past memories, I know how bad it can get. Like mine should be rocking, but that water did heal me that one time. I would say I'll drink to that.
Yeah. What you think, fam? Like, well, I know what I'm saying is,
deep.
It is deep, but you know, we literally are standing in the footprints of our grandmothers. Period. You know, like everybody, you can't come through into this life without a womb. You need, you know, somebody with a pussy, and the pussies just keep going on and on and on and on. Okay. And you like they put their life and their thoughts on you. You know, they teach you how to walk, they teach you how to talk, they teach you how to... I got this clip of Oprah. She talking about what her grandmother thought she was going to be. I'm going to play this.
Black in this country, you may not even realize what it means to be born in 1954 in Mississippi. And unless you are a black person who's lived from this era, it would be impossible for you to even know what life was like in 1954 in Mississippi, what people believed was a possibility for you as a colored person. You know, my grandmother used to always say to me, you know, I tell this story all the time about my grandmother in a big iron wash pot washing outside saying, you better watch me do this because one day you're going to have to learn how to do this, girl, as she's putting the clothes on the line. And just a little voice inside me said, no, I'm not. And my grandmother always used to say to me, she wanted me to, she worked for really nice, she used to call them good white folks. So people say, oh, I got some good whites. I got me some good white folks. I got good white folks. I work because good white folks would let you bring food home and good white folks would give you clothes for your kids and good white folks. So my grandmother would say to me, you're going to grow up one day and I hope you get to work for some good white folks. Work for good white folks. And I now say, I wish she was alive because she could see all the good white folks that are working for me. Black in this country, you may not even realize what it means to be born in 1954.
She's working for them good white folks.
Oh yeah,
she working for them good white folks. Her grandma ain't lying.
And she did exactly what her grandma, you know, said.
She hanging them motherfucking niggas out on the line for them.
Oh,
right. Those
and pay Monique her money, bitch.
Oh. Damn. Okay.
Her birthday coming up. Sagittarius season is approaching us.
That definitely came from... There was some emotion behind that shit. Like, wow. Okay. What, fam, okay, now you can go.
Oprah gets a rise out of me.
I didn't really experience grandmas like that.
And I'm glad you said that. Go ahead. Keep going.
The only thing I remember from my grandma's is on Christmas, she would send a box of toys to the crib. You know, that's on my mom's side. On my dad's side, I don't really remember Granny like that. Like, she used to cook, you know, like, that was it. But as far as, like, being taught lessons, I didn't get that, you know what I mean? So I don't know. When I was sick, I don't remember Granny being around putting Vicks on me, you know, singing some hymns, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't get that experience, you know what I'm saying? So, when it comes to, you know, the Granny vibes, I don't understand that.
Perfect.
My kids, on the second hand, though, they got that. They got it from both sides, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
1 year when we were planning on doing this, remember we was at the Polsky Center in Hyde Park, and I was waiting on somebody to come to the meeting that I had set up. We were trying to plan like some type of show, okay? And I had a friend of mine that called in, was supposed to be there, and she says, "Oh, I can't come to the meeting today because my mother just died." You remember that? Mm-hmm. So, a few days passed. We had the meeting. You know, the meeting was fine or whatever, and it was horrible because it was like, okay, that kind of like put a damper on the meeting. It's like, damn, like how do we move on? Do we still move on with the meeting? She comes back, and I'm, talking to her, and I'm like, oh my God, how's everything doing? I'm so sorry about your loss. My condolences to you and your family. Just all the stuff you're supposed to say, when people pass on. And she was like, yeah, it's been crazy. Like, I've just been going through this. I've been simultaneously going through this spiritual transformation while, my mother passed. She was like, we wasn't really close. She was really close to my niece, which is like her sister's daughter. But she was saying that like she just really didn't know how to feel because they didn't have a good relationship, but she knows she felt something. So like sounds familiar what we're talking about, okay? So she was like disconnected, in a sense, or decoupled. And she says that they were sitting around one day, her and her sister, and it was time for them to tell, the niece, who the granny was the closest to, that she had passed away, that she was gone. So, like, that's what she said. She was like, yeah, like she passed away. Your grandmother passed away. She's gone. And she says back to them, she says, Granny isn't dead. And she jumps up and she says, Granny is everywhere. And that never really left me. And I just now understood what she meant.
Because it's water?
Right. Okay. Because water. Because it's so like you saying that I really haven't had that grandmother experience. Neither have I. But like I was told. And you can feel it like have you ever hugged a tree? That's probably why. But like you should hug it again as an adult and you're going to feel an energy transference. Like there's energy in your body. It's literally the same energy that your grandmother went back to. And this is what they mean when they say, connect to the ancestors. So like, hug a tree, lay out in, some grass, ground your feet, all of those things is literally a relationship with your grandmother, because what it does is the safety that you felt when you were with your grandmother, just laying and being with her, is the same safety that you feel when you finally relax and allow yourself to. I got some comments. Wait a minute. Somebody said, you react to music or no? No, we do not react to music. Just in my personal time. I see something processing here.
That was from the comment that you just said. Depending on my mood, I have to listen to certain type of music. If I want to get out a certain mood that I'm in, I have to listen to certain type of music. You know what I mean? If I'm having a good day, Nipsey is what I'm playing. You know what I mean?
Last time that I checked.
Yeah, you feel me? Like if my anxiety, which is my excitement, if my excitement is up, you know what I'm saying, I have to listen to gospel music because I have to understand why is my excitement up. What is exciting me, Lord, real quick. I listen to some gospel music, I'll find the answer for that real quick, you know what I'm saying? So yes, that's my reaction to, that's how I react to music, you know what I'm saying, with my daily things. But I don't listen to music a lot though. That's my thing. When I'm in the studio, all I listen to is my clients, unless they give me a reference, then I'm listening to that reference. But that's how I act to music. So to answer your question, yes, I do react to music.
That wasn't my question.
I was gonna say that was somebody else's question. That was
my question was about the granny thing. You ain't answer that.
They I don't think that's what they meant, but that was cute. I don't know. Maybe that is what they meant.
What who meant?
Like when they were saying like, do you react to music?
No, they meant like, do I do reaction videos to music?
Yeah. But like, music make you feel.
Yeah, like that's why I was watching you go down. But like I asked you a specific question. You answered that one because it was easier.
No, but I don't know about that grandma effect. You know what I mean?
But like no, it was actually an answer to what you were saying, to where it was like you didn't have a grandmother, but like you also are black men who are disconnected from his emotions. Right. It's like you being reconnected, you know, with your emotions is you having a relationship with your grandmother. Okay. And it's probably, you know, the kind of it's probably why you went into massage therapy in the first place. Like to help other people, you know, get connected as well.
Doing massages?
Just or the knowledge thereof. Like shit, like you say, you massage your family all the time. This is you. You probably be looking at them. You're like, like something is off. Lay down. Yeah. You know, so that's healing. You have to see. Well, I mean, shit. You don't have to see. Like this is the way it is. When they say, that you're being soft because you connected to your fucking emotions, like the softness is feminine energy. No, yeah. Yeah. So like, you know, by them saying that men, you know, aren't connected with their emotions, or they looking I want a man that's connected to his feminine side. You remember that you said that in the 90s? No. You ain't never heard that said. And Ralph Transvant even got the song Sensitivity. Hold on. Right. Sensitivity. Okay. A man like me. This was
someone who can hold you, someone who can love you.
Listen, baby, don't even waste your tears on that insensitive. This letter is for you. What you really need is someone. Hey, let me kiss your teeth. Come on, let me show you just what you need.
Here we go.
Don't need a man that'll treat you right. Well, you need a man with sensitivity. A man like me, someone who can love you.
Like they all of these things that I'm explaining to fam will be seen as like simp shit, sensitive shit. You out here hugging trees. You out here getting, you doing your fingernails, you getting your feet. They literally saying that if you smell good, that you're not a man. Yeah. Like it gets bad. These motherfuckers ain't washing between their ass. Like, you know, they think that being funky is masculine. Like that's literally neglect. Okay? So like, you know, like anything self-care, massages, gardening, I
actually want to learn how to garden.
But like would you say that's a like a sensitive thing? That's like you nurturing a thing. That's nurturing, sensitive is like right there together. It's feminine energy. Period. So like to have this toxic masculinity.
So let me ask you this question. So you saying farmers, by them having, you know, the chickens, the cows, mm-hmm. them taking care of those animals, mm-hmm. that's feminine energy.
Right.
Okay.
And being connected to the land.
Okay, that's what's up.
So like when I say grounding, you know, like that's literally just walking outside, like standing in the grass barefoot, you know, just walking around barefoot, you know, for a little bit. So you can ground to the earth. Ground to the earth, you can lay down on your back in some grass, and that'll ground you to the earth. Like hug a tree, you know, all of those things. I feel grounded sitting at the lake. I go to the lakefront, you know, and sit at the water, and you the movement of the water, just the vibe of it all, it grounds you, it calms you down, it relaxes you.
Yeah, that's what I used to do when I was in high school.
So when I say ground, like that's what I'm talking about, like relax, calm down, you know, all of that is grandma, all of that shit, and it's like the disconnect, you know, from that, you know, and from that's what will lead you to all of the things that, you know, the Christian church would deem as like witch shit.
Really?
Yes, because like you can literally heal, you can literally set the vibe, you can set the mood.
Well, they teach you that in
you
the
know,
South there.
I know that, but like they do it. They do it in church. They do it in church with the lights and the cameras, and you know, like they like all. No one does not do it, but like only when it's pertaining to black people can connect it to who they are, you know, and what they're what you know who they are, and like their authenticity does, you know, things get challenged as demonic. Let me start saying, oh, you know, African spirituality. You know, I'm going to go and study African spirituality. They're going to be like, demons, demons, demons. It's like, you ain't never investigated how you feel is making you miserable and not me going to practice African spirituality. Like, you're in my business because you're disconnected from yourself. And being reconnected is grandma. Yeah, like connected to that the soul of it all, you know, and knowing what that is, you know, yeah, and like this is connected to everything. It's lack of nurturing is what we're dealing with, and like the manipulation, like that's what I can't stop focusing on. Like, you knew that, not you, white folk. They knew that. They they knew that they were emotionally manipulating slaves.
That's guerrilla warfare.
Yeah, they knew. And how far did you get in that book?
So I'm reading 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
So like the guerrilla warfare, like I'm still on the first chapter.
Okay.
And then the other one, the 33 strategies of war. I'm still in the first chapter with them school.
Right.
But I mean, everything that we talk about, every time I read it, it's just like shit, because it's all about emotions.
Mm-hmm.
And in the 33 strategies, that's what they teach you. They teach you how to hold your emotions together.
Right.
But then in guerrilla warfare, they teach you how they don't teach the lower class about.
Lord, they say that literally.
Yeah. They don't teach the soldiers. The soldiers don't get to know the strategy.
Right.
Because if they know the strategy, they can turn on
right.
the elders. They can turn on all and they can make their own.
Right.
So we're not gonna tell the soldiers, because the soldiers they can transform against us, but also we want soldiers that just listen, obey, and say, yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
We finna go fight this war. Yes, sir.
Right.
Where do you want me to be at? Front line. Yes, sir. But in their mind, this is a strategy. You know what I mean? We're going to knock out the first line. The first line going to automatically die. You know?
Right.
Right. And that's when we bring in the sharpshooters to get the rest of them. You know what I mean? Like, but they don't tell them that, because if they tell them that, then they won't fight for it.
Right.
They always ask questions. So the point is to keep them numb of what the strategy is.
Yeah, and I'm gonna play that for the next one, because how many minutes we in? I don't know. Why is this only saying 20?
Because that's
23.
That's when he just hit record. So for streaming, we at hour 20.
We on the hour 20?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have anything else prepared, but like, you know, this conversation, you know, definitely do not end, because I can go right into black men's spiritual sexuality. I can go right into how they manipulating us and what they use it like. Like they just using Cardi B and her man to distract. They using Diddy, Cardi B. They using all of these people to distract us from everything that's going on. What is that? The borders? You know, they're going on strike with the borders.
Yeah, the borders.
You remember? You remember? I played that video of everything that was going on, and they gave it to us. And right. Okay.
Somebody just.
Erica just said, "Rise and shine, Erica." Erica just said they would out black men on the front line. They will put black men on the front line. They will be the first to go. In I guess in the
right, but this was wars. More like, okay, that's true. But when guerrilla warfare started, that was back in. It started in. I'm not gonna say it just started in India, because India was the one that wanted to be non-violent.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted non-violence. You know what I mean? So they had to figure out what can they do to make something, or to go to war, but it's non-violent. Nobody's dying, but they was like, okay, cool, we'll come for their minds.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We'll give them a little white lie.
Mm. What's funny is that I done did like 5 fucking parts to just trying to explain what I meant when I say granny is water. And I finally get to the 5th one, and I'm like, okay, this is what I meant, y'all. Like this is the tea. You know, savoring your presence. You know, like that's the only way that you will be able to feel when, like, cause like being on the front line of defense. Like at any point you didn't realize that. Like you just like you didn't think that you were gonna die. Right. Like you went and fought these wars. You thought that you was gonna, you know, it's got to be some type of disconnect.
They made them believe like you is what we need. You are
right.
who we need to win this war.
Right.
You don't need the people behind you. You don't need the people next to you.
You don't need women.
We
don't. Matter of fact, the women need you.
Right.
You know, if you should hear the guys talk about women, it's crazy. They don't even like women. They don't like women, they'll be with them sexually, like the way that they treat, you know, their wife and their girlfriend, and the only one to get decent treatment half the time be their daughter, but that's if they know her, you know. So, when a man dies or a black man gets shot, like these neighborhoods are filled with women that's left behind. Because of all the men that either go to jail or die, or you know what I'm saying, which is, I mean, like it's a strange concept because it's like, well, like if they had the women, then how were they disconnected in the first place? But you know, it comes as a consequence from the women being disconnected as well. You know, from like their identity as women, as the water, as like what that means, you know, to the neighborhoods. As what that means to their children, and so like if they have to jump into another role, then it's like now you have to be the foundation. Like you can't be the water and the foundation now. Like the foundation, you trying to like provide, you trying to go and do X, Y, and like that comes up in our hoods as, you know, aggressive because, you know, you have to literally fight for it. You know, it's like. What they say? What is that? Crabs in the barrel. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like crabs in the barrel. You gotta fight in our neighborhoods. That's what, you know, gives you the masculinity, and that's what initially, you know, ruins everything because you basically throwing dirt on everything that's already dirt. Right. You know, it's like no, they need water so they can grow. They need water so they can be authentic. They need water so they can be creative. They need water so they can be connected. You know, they need water so they can express themselves. Right. You know, and it's like, oh, how do you be water? You know, like all of it is a consequence from, you know, the disconnect from the ancestors. That's what I'm saying when I say granny. And the ancestors is like literally you in your body. You know, and like they call it intuition. You know, some told me I felt like I moved. I literally do not make like decisions if I don't feel like I. You know what I'm saying? If you don't feel it, it's like should I? I don't know. Like what am I doing? So like it could be a blessing and a curse. Hell. Yeah, CJ's back, y'all.
JT coming. I don't know.
Yeah. Would you paying attention in the bathroom? No.
I don't know. I did, but then I had clicked on the group chat now.
I did want to show this. I don't know what this is. I'm gonna play this video because I don't know what it is, but I don't know. I just want to see something.
He made $1 million in one day on Instagram, and he bragged about it, about his NFT offering, and he bragged about how he wasn't going to have to sign the fucked up contract, and he told his entire generation that he was going to teach them how to do it so they didn't have to do it either.
$1 for the NFTs, right? I sold these shits to my fans for $1. People came, some people bought 20, some people bought 5, some people bought 60. It doesn't matter how much you bought, it was only $1. You spent $60, you bought 60. I need y'all to understand, one of those copies right now is going for 50,000, 60,000, 60,000, yo, and these are sold. Y'all don't understand what the is going on? Y'all don't understand I just cracked the f***ing industry? Y'all don't understand I just cracked this shit? I just cracked this whole shit. It's cracked. It's over. I cracked the whole shit. It's over. It's over. No more middleman. All y'all artists out there, the label, that's telling you, yo, you gotta wait for this day on Spotify and on this, that. It's over. Y'all gonna get paid, and your fans gonna get paid, and they gonna keep coming to you. Why? Because y'all making money together. This the digital.
And the next thing you know, this big bitch talking about somebody shot her with no GSR on his hands. He made $1 million in one day on Instagram.
Yeah, I was just talking about how women had to be the foundation in neighborhoods. So like they couldn't be the foundation and the water. Meaning that the neighborhoods did not get the nurturing that they were supposed to get. So that meant that they couldn't express themselves, they couldn't grow. You can't be creative. You can't, like, you're disconnected. You know, you haven't been poured into, basically. You start getting record deals and you express that we ain't been poured into. That's basically the narrative, where it's like, our neighborhood's so fucked up, X, Y, this is why we act the way we act, basically. Him turning around and saying, Tory Lanez turning around and saying, hey, I cracked the money part. Now we can do this and not have to answer these motherfuckers. We can make the kind of music that we want to make. You know, they allegedly, you know, this is why he went through what he went through. But all in all, it still is a example of the state that we in, being limited in our self-expression. Like, if they're not paying you for the shit, then why would you want to do it? Especially if they telling you, we fucking y'all up here, you're not getting paid, we can take you everything from you. You got to be a good NIGGR in order to even, you know, have it and be successful. And, you know, like, that's what's being projected onto, you know, like, in my opinion anyway. What you think?
Yeah, I've been hearing that just like a lot more recently too. Just like with all those people, I've been seeing it, like artists that I know came up like hungry for it, you know, and then it's like nothing. They get signed and it's nothing from them because I guess, you know what I'm saying, they not making that music that they want them to make, you know. And I hear that phrase a lot, like being able to make the music that you want to make, or make the music that is enjoyable to you. Like we brought you up here to do a job, do that job, and that's it.
Right.
And be like,
You said you'll be like,
Yeah, because they be like even like people in today's age, they like, yeah, like when somebody do something outside of like that norm,
right?
Like that people expect from them. They don't like people don't even give it a chance most of the time. I mean, off bat, it's more so like, why you doing that? You doing this? And like, oh, and it's like, well, that's not you. Or go back to what you do, and it's like, I can do other things,
Right.
you know. So it'd be like, I don't know. It's.
So it's like, you know, to the point where like we don't even like the way that we fix each other plate, and we only eat from the plate that's fixed for us.
Don't make my plate. Like, I will make my own plate. Just tell me where the food at.
No, I'm saying like what's happening, like what you just explained.
I feel like people should make their own plate.
Right, people should, but like they would have to know who they are and what they want in order to do it. They're not doing that, so they like to eat from the plate that's been made for them. So like, you know, to not be interested in what each other is doing, like, cause it like the switch is simple, where it's like, oh, you know, I don't have to listen to the shit y'all putting in front of us. I don't have to. I can literally create my algorithm of what I want to create it to.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I can consume the content that I want to consume. I can literally just mute out, you know, the bullshit, and you know, literally. Oh shit! So and so, my niece, she been singing, you know, making music, and ain't nobody listen to it. Let me just play her. You know, so and so, he rap. You know, like let me listen to these past few albums that he been, you know, making. It's literally just a shift in interest, where it's like you should be interested in what each other doing, and what each other is saying, which is why you got the plethora of podcasts popping up, and motherfuckers is giving their own opinion because motherfuckers want to fix their own play. You know. They don't want to necessarily have to eat from, you know, what's given them because it ain't no water, you know, on it. Ain't no water. And it's not nothing that's going to grow. It's not nothing that's positive. It's not nothing that's going to, it's literally demonic. Let me so they got this lady in Hollywood. I think that I'll put this in here to play.
This is the highest satanic priestess in all of Hollywood. Michelle Lamy is not just a designer, she is a demon among us. With her disheveled hair and smeared makeup, her dark, deep eyes with no window to the soul. Her skin, marked by henna tattoos, and her golden teeth give her an almost supernatural air, transmitting the darkness she harbors in her being. What she has achieved in the world of fashion transcends the conventional. Her aesthetic is disturbing and senseless, with designs that seem taken from an underworld, something that practically no one would wear. Mixing colors for a dark look and chaotic shapes, each garment tells a story of ancient demons, as she makes them as unique pieces. On several occasions, she has admitted to using animal skins that were given as an offering in the forest for her so-called spiritual retreats. The fashion shows she organizes are rituals in themselves, carried out in cemeteries and abandoned places, where inexplicable events are reported. Some attendees have felt disturbing presences, as if what was once human had transformed into something else, something that resides in the shadows. The models that parade are always people so unusual that they do not really seem to be from this planet. It is known from the mouth of Kanye West that when you enter the world of fashion, if you want to rise you must make a pact with Baphomet, and first you must pass through the hands of Lamy. She introduces them to a world where the line between the human and the supernatural is blurred. Some young people, like Billie Eilish, have gone from looking angelic to adopting a macabre and dark style, all under the influence of this enigmatic designer. By wearing Lamy's clothes, these celebrities or models acquire a dark essence, which causes strange sensations and even changes the face of those who wear them. Did you see the petals fall? Well, look where they fell.
What y'all get out of that? I got something new that I didn't get at first when I seen it. What'd you say?
I said I had something to say. It just flew out of my mind real quick.
It's funny because, like, you know, the first step to healing is, like, anytime you have to be present with yourself. And, like, you know, what usually comes up is all the... You playing chemicals in your body. The chemicals causes the visions in your mind. What comes up is the chemicals that you play over and over again. So, like, when you sit, like, you're going to think of the things you always think about, in the pattern that you always think about. You're going to see the visions of the things that you always see, you know. And, like, those type of things always lead you back down the path of your childhood. Okay? And like that's no different than like the music and shit targeting like children. Nor is this any different than, me saying that like you get to kind of create your own vibe and your own thing when you're trying to like make a person feel you. Like that's all this lady doing. She like it's almost as if this industry has tried to hijack creativity and use its purposes to inflict their own messages. Is what it's given. Right. But that's what I got out of it. Like, but like I feel like that, like to have something to hijack in the first place, like that's what we was talking about with the emotions. Like emotions hijack you, and by the time you come to and realize what's happening, now you have to either address all the junk that you attracted to yourself, in your own state of ignorance and not realizing it, or people like just live with it and don't feel like they can, come up out of it, or don't feel confident enough to address things and move things around, So all of which is trying to like steal your joy. Like it don't want you to be your authentic self, enough for you to attract all the good things out of life that would make you excited and would give you joy. If they happen.
Yeah, they definitely stealing that attention.
It gets real demony. It gets real satany. It gets real. You know what I'm saying? Like once you start putting the dots together,
Yeah, it makes you want to look at your life and see what. Well, for me, it makes me just want to look at my life and see what am I doing on my day-to-day journey of life, of fatherhood, of businessman, of business partner, of uncle, son. You know what I mean? Like, am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? Is my soul still in me?
Mm-hmm.
Is it like is that what I'm feeling? You know what I mean? Question myself. Question my abilities to do's and don'ts. Am I correct?
It's more of accepting yourself, because like anything outside of acceptance is like resistance to yourself, to where it's like in order to relax you have to like accept the moment as it is, and like in order to like get clarity or even feel enough to decipher whether any of that is true, or whether like you're doing the right thing, or whether you're on the right path. Like you would have to be that and know it, and know that everything is divine, and feel it, and to know that you are. Otherwise you won't always be trying to work yourself into it. And that's me, where it's like, I've been feeling burned out for years, where it's like, I can't work myself into, and I can't stop, because like what I'm doing is, it's there's movement. So it's like, how do I, relax and sink into the movement of it, while being present with what's happening, and not necessarily trying to like disassociate from it is the battle, because there's a lot of truth as far as like who I am in that, and like the truth is what sets you free, and the truth always hurts, but like being able to sit in that and be that and express that, is and relax in it. And all the truth is that's what is going to, when that man was saying like when you be present in the moment, what does he say? He say you do a thing with all the passion. That's what he means by the passion. He means like being present in the moment with passion. Like that's what savor would be. That's what that's why motherfuckers is off like in a lower chakra, because That's what orgasms are. Like they chasing that split moment of pleasure, passion. You know, they're passionate about that. You know, it makes you feel alive. It makes you feel real. It makes you feel, authentic to you. You know, so that's why you got all these gay folk running around talking something. I was born this way, baby. I was born this way. That's who I am. Like you get into all these conversations because of what I'm saying. With like being still, being present, being yourself, being authentic. But all of it is the same fucking thing. And like if you don't know that, then you can be hijacked, and now you're living a different thing. It's programmed. So like these motherfuckers ain't saying, this is another thing that pissed me off, like with these awarenesses. And like another thing, like me even talking about this, I'm doing it in a way, I'm doing it, with awarenesses. Like when you sit, like you get things told to you from the ancestors. You make the connections as far as like what it means to your life. And like, apparently it draws things to you, that you need. So some people call it intuition. Some people and in the same way that your life be like hijacked and you are doing things without your knowledge, it's the same thing where it's like, I don't even know why I feel this or why this is a thing, but I'm doing it because I trust myself. So I don't know if I'm making any sense, y'all.
Yeah, you're making sense.
That's how you would know that you're doing the right things for your kids, because like in that stillness, in that being, you spending time with yourself and you accepting yourself for all the layers of who you are and all the mistakes and everything that you ain't doing and that you is doing, and things that you missed, and like just being in the moment lets you know that you're right where you're supposed to be. And like that's what's gonna teach you how to trust yourself, that everything else take care of. Because like what I'm saying, like if the thing is like guiding you, what they say, order my steps in the Lord, dear Lord, in your way, dear Lord.
Order my steps.
Right. Like they talk about it all the time, being led down the path of righteousness, for his name's sake. Like these are all things that are done without your knowledge, to put you in a place for you to get what it is that you're supposed to be getting. And a lot of times when we don't have what it is that we want to have, it's not because we don't deserve it. It's because we're not getting what we're supposed to be getting. Where it's like you are where you are because there's a lesson about you, in that. And it's like if it's about you, then you have to breathe and settle in and then feel it. You got to feel your own energy and know what it feel like, and like for me, like I noticed that like right away where it's like, oh, I feel when I'm about to have anxiety, and I feel like I know what it's about, and it's like the devil is a liar. Like you might as well just relax. You're cool. You're fine. So like when I was saying that smoking marijuana, for instance, I was going through this thing where I was like, man, smoking marijuana is causing like neuropathic pain, meaning like nerve pain. And like when I'm talking about trauma, I'm talking about brain damage and all those things. So when you are a person that you are easily stressed, then you have an unregulated nervous system. All of these things are connected to what I'm saying. When you know how to regulate your nervous system, guess what? Now I don't have the pain. Unregulated, meaning that I'm disassociated from my body. I don't know how it's running. I don't know the thoughts that it's thinking. I don't know what it's saying. And it's producing toxic chemicals that affect my body. When you find out what's going on and you're able to control and regulate the chemicals. By just being still. By just breathing. By just laying out and relaxing. By just hugging a tree. By I ain't gotten to Tai Chi and yoga and all that shit yet, but like it's the same thing. I literally can feel it, like when you feel it before you go to before you about to go to bed. So That's what I mean when I say Granny is water.
Damn. That was deep.
Did you have any questions, CJ, that pop out in your mind? You know, as far as the way that you perceive what I'm saying. How does it make you feel? How does it make you? What does it make you think about yourself? You know, being a very reactive person, I would explain CJ as to being a reactive person.
I feel like reactive, like if it's like information I feel like I know, when I feel like it's information, like, or like I'm a processor, like I'm a reflector, like I be having to sit with stuff sometimes. But I feel like I don't have like questions per se, but just like how it makes me feel, it just makes me feel like, understanding. Like it's like I can draw connections like into what you're saying more so like with definitely like with like being present, because I am somebody who like be in my mind, so like a lot of times like I'll intentionally like just like unplug, and so you could just tell like the energy of it all, like when you're in the moment, when you're paying attention like to the things and the people around you, like it's like you're like plugged in. I don't know to say. Because I don't want to say plugged in because I just said unplugged, but like it is.
Right,
it's like,
and like that's pretty much what I'm pointing out. I'm saying like when you are unplugged, that people hijack your energy if you ain't aware of your energy.
It's like a pickpocket. You're not. Maybe they get it right up off you and you don't even know.
Right.
By the time you figure out, it's too late.
You'll wise up to it, eventually. As to what people really, how people really see you and what they intend, what their intentions are for you with that. Because like it's the nature of life. Like you have, moments where you are who you are, and then you have moments where you are completely fucking different. And it's like, can the people around you handle you in every version of who you are? That'd be the challenge, to where you realize whether these people are siphoning energy or whether they're adding to you. And then once you know, where it's like, oh yeah, I see who in the room. I know to keep my energy mine. And like, I don't know, but I do know. I do know, but like, I don't know how to make it more plain in this moment. Is what I be meaning. When I say I don't know, it's like, I've said everything. And if there's any confusion to the people in the thing, it's like, rewind it and or shoot me a DM and like I'll expound with a video or something. But like, yeah, ain't nothing separate, and like there's definitely a shift happening, and whoever ain't on the boat, I think it's more of an energy thing that it's going to be a split. And with that split, it's going to affect like physical things, but I don't know how that shit gonna look. I don't know what it's gonna be like. I don't know why this child's calling me. She more like call about this book. Yeah, but like
but so many people saying like like they feel it. They just feel a shift, a change coming.
Yeah. And this is what's going on in the atmosphere, and like, being in the algorithm and choosing the algorithm, I'm not the only person that's talking about this shit. Like everybody's talking about it in their own way. I think that I'm the only one that have connected the soul to it. to where it's like, hey, y'all missing this piece. Where it's like, yeah, these motherfuckers literally tried to steal your soul. Like, we didn't know what that was. You know, or how not knowing what it is affects our own relationships. You know, with each other. Let me show y'all this video of Bootsy and his daughter. And this is a good example. Here, play this. Did you
said you was a bad father because you not. You gonna make sure your kids straight. You always gonna do that. But emotionally, mentally, you suck. You suck, bruh. And I know you suck with that because you rather go to the internet and have a conversation with the internet about your kids before you come to us and have that conversation. I said you was a bad father because you not. You gonna make sure your kids straight. You always gonna do that. But emotionally,
how do I give it? Oh, wait a minute.
I'm not finna get on here and disrespect my pops. I'm not finna get on here and go against the grain and go against my daddy. Nobody finna make me do that. But it's like, you making me do that. They not even making me do that. You making me do that. You steady speaking on me. You steady, like, I would respect if you just say, just one time, just say, my daughter know how I feel about that. Can we move on to the next question?
Shit. Sorry.
I said you was a bad father because you not. I'm not finna get on here and disrespect my pops. I'm not finna get on here and go against the grain and go against my daddy. Nobody finna make me do that. But it's like, you making me do that. They not even making me do that. You making me do that. You steady speaking on me. You steady, like, I would respect if you just say, just one time, just say, my daughter know how I feel about that. Can we move on to the next question? I'm not finna get on here and disrespect my pops. So if the world really knew all the things and the hurtful things you told me before and I forgave you, you wouldn't even understand. And no matter how you feel, at the end of the day, blood. I am your daughter. So if the world really knew all the things and the hurtful things you told me before and I forgave you.
Yeah, so like he basically went viral because he said that he tried to keep his gay daughter from the other kids because she can contaminate the children. He don't want he don't want that homosexual, because she's a lesbian, energy getting on the kids. You know, like she literally gonna be bumping pussies right in front of them with a bitch. You know, and like, you know, even if, you know, she did, you know, demonstrate, you know, some line of affection, you know, towards, you know, somebody that she was with, it would benefit people to see a healthy relationship. Children, you know.
Coming from Mr. Put Your Pussy on Live for $1,000, bitches, you cool.
Yeah.
That's her though, because not that's her, but I'm saying, like, I mean, she's a child, but you just want that relationship with your dad. You want that relationship because you feel like it's your parent. Like, she, like, even when she, like, if they know, like, the stuff that you, like, the internet and the uproar for what you said online, they should hear the shit that you say to me. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, unfortunately, baby girl, stop accepting it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all make him feel that that's okay to treat y'all like that. Baby, because my daddy looking for my number right now.
Yeah, I think that it's a beautiful example, you know, to, like, what I'm saying, how it looks like. Because, like, when I explain what I'm explaining, you know, it seems like I'm talking deep. But it's not deep, because this is the way that it shows up in our community as far as being disconnected. Like, you throw your whole child away based off a premise of what you believe. And then, you ruin the relationship because now she has an opinion about that. And like, whether or not you're able to have the emotional intelligence enough to navigate the conversations needed, to mend your relationship, then it's gone. Now you at odds with, and you have a breakdown with your dad, with your mom, with all of these things. So like this energy is trying to like isolate us, and if it can isolate you, then it can like tell you who you are rather than you actually just being who you are. And that, like, it's the same isolation that detached us from my grandmother in the first place, because the same thing probably happened, to where there was some type of disagreement. And people go off and they go and try to find themselves. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's the same story over and over again. Oh, wait a minute. Erica said, Charles, exactly my point. This N-word was foaming at the mouth. I'm thinking that she talking about contaminate. Oh, yeah, right. So she said contaminate, like this N-word is a clean vessel. That's Erica.
I feel like and then on the lowest level, she wasn't even trying to change your viewpoints or anything. She just asked you to say,
see me, feel me,
and don't disrespect me.
And don't disrespect me.
She said you could say, my daughter know how I feel about that next question.
Right.
Refer to the last 30 videos where he talked about me.
Just don't talk about your daughter in public. How about that? Because like a lot of that's you and your daughter's relationship. That's your business, and it's not your response. But like, people think they getting up and what, saving people, and that's a whole fucking trauma response. Where it's like, you really need to just be with yourself. Save yourself. Save the relationship with your daughter. Like, why would you have to, be this martyr to save the masses, and you can't even save the motherfuckers in your house? This is the pastor's story, honey.
And then you over here, I'm like, I'm gay. Over here in my own little corner, being gay. You go all to your big ass platform and tell the whole world I'm gay. You think these coochies ain't finna be lined up at my donut?
I mean, well, thing is that, like, he don't realize that, he don't realize, like, I don't know, like how you have something happen and then you need somebody to co-sign what it is that you're saying, to feel correct in it.
Am I wrong,
and then
friend?
once they like, oh yeah, X, Y, they're like, this is what we think, and Jesus and Christ, and eventually they'll see. And then that don't happen because they don't never see. Like, that's literally the pattern of the program. Like, it happens everywhere, in every house. We probably should, be paying more attention to what they are intentionally trying to program us, and like, and kind of like come to terms that we've been programmed thus far. And what that really means and how it's showing up, because like, they didn't, like, the families didn't have the challenges that we have, back in the day. This is ridiculous. It's getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And like, in my family, like, this is a pattern, like, generationally. None of them fuck with nobody ever. Like, they all run away. They all get away from each other. And it's because of the severe, I'll say, brain damage. The brain damage is the lack of the ability of, emotional intelligence. Because, like, when you destroy their nerves enough, then you become trapped in your state and manipulated by whatever it is that you're consuming. Just like white patriarchy said that it was going to do. When they up there with you with that bitch at the fashion shows, with them artists, and the weird ass fucking clothes.
That's what I was going to say. He said whatever word, they said a word for demon or something, but they said it in the video with the lady, and then they said it in the XXXTentacion video as well. Like, in his song, he said it. He said, I made a deal with a
Right, that's what we played that.
I'm saying they said the same demon name, whatever, in that lady video
in
too.
that lady video.
Mm-hmm.
Baphomet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Kanye. See, they said Kanye said.
What I didn't know is that Baphomet was. She said that it was transgender.
I don't know. I missed that.
She said that. Did she say that? You heard that? She said it. She said it.
It might be like not transgender, but hermaphrodite.
Possibly. I don't know what. I think that's probably what I'm not really. I don't know. Like that was my first time hearing it today. I was like transgender.
Yeah.
Like, what you mean? Like are you saying that the Baphomet is transgender? And like, are you implying that like transgenders are being the devil? Or it's a manifestation of the devil? I don't know what you meant, but like, you know, I will look more into it and then I'll come back and tell y'all about it the next time we're here. Okay, y'all want to do y'all closing? Cause like, let's go.
Fam, North, Pots and Pan Audio, Tag Production, the R&D Lab, Nukem Enterprise, Nukem Crafting Events. Today was deep. I'm lost for words. My brain is just like, I'm gonna have to be the one to go back to watch this one. Yeah.
I'm looking up the theme and it do look like some of y'all trannies.
Oh,
I'm just playing.
Oh,
but y'all can definitely follow my Instagram _.bigdaddy.cj. Come checking me out. You know, I haven't even barely been on social media. Oh damn. That was.
And they was looking at me, looking at like grab my face and shit.
Yeah. That was Super that had said that about y'all. That wasn't me.
Super that said what? They was looking at me. Not my mouth was not moving. They was looking at me being weird and feeling this stubble on my neck. Is what they was looking at. I did not say that. I don't know enough about it. And like just because people are saying it, don't mean that it's true. You know, all I know is what she said.
Because just because people are saying it, don't mean it's true.
Right. Right.
Follow me on Instagram at _.bigdaddy.cj. Follow me on Instagram at _.bigdaddy.cj.
Okay, and y'all already know who I am because you are on my page. You're watching me live, honey. If you ain't shared or liked or did anything about this live, you should. And you should subscribe. And then I'm going to play this little outro video. And then we're going to be gone.